the M8, the all-new HTC One, the Anho. Whatever you call it, this is HTC's new flagship for 2014, and quite possibly the most compelling Android phone of the year, depending on your perspective. Our full review of this device is already live here on YouTube and at PocketNow.com, but for those of you curious about what comes inside the packaging alongside the M8, this video is for you. I'm Michael Fisher with Pocket Now, and this is the all-new HTC One. Let's see what's inside the box. A small confession before we get started. Generally, I don't like fake unboxings, but due to timing considerations, we did need to remove our review unit from its box before this video was shot. That said, everything in terms of accessories is still new to me, so there may still be some surprises to be found inside the box. So folks, here is the retail packaging, and if it looks familiar, well, it should. Here is the Google Play Edition HTC One box from last year, and here is the all-new HTC One. Still with the rounded corners, still with the very interesting contours, still with the callouts on the bottom. Zoe, Boom Sound, Motion Launch, Blink Feed, and Duo Camera. There is no question what HTC wants us to focus on as consumers when we buy this device. So as I mentioned in the intro, I've seen the device already, but this may be your first time seeing it, and if we're playing the part of the consumer, it will be. So boom, there it is. It is not dead center, it's offset. Interesting, HTC doing something a little bit different, and it comes in its own little pouch here. The very first thing you notice when you take it out of the box is that it initially feels quite heavy, quite substantial. Then you pick it up, you turn it around a couple times, and you're like, wait, no, it's not. It's actually maybe the perfect weight. Of course, that depends on who you are. It depends on if you're me or someone else. And we'll do a little size comparison. We'll put this aside, though. Let's get to the part that's a surprise for me, because I have not actually opened this panel yet. So let's stick a finger in here, pop this panel loose, and put it aside and see what comes with the device. So this is a UK edition of the phone, so your mileage may vary in terms of what comes in the box. Of course, carriers always meddle and sometimes add, often subtract features, so none of this is guaranteed. This would appear to be a gelatinous protective case for the back side of the device. Probably a really good idea if you're going to be using it in the real world, as that metal will scratch up something fierce. But, well, not, certainly not the most attractive thing ever, but really awesome for HTC to include that. That's very, very cool. This is a UK power adapter, which is useless to us here in the States. 1.5 amp output, I believe. There's the power cable and the familiar HTC earbuds. Check these out. Let's get a little zoom action on here. There's the extra gels. There's some trash. These look to be almost exactly like the earbuds that came with the last year's one. Nothing special, but really, really awesome of HTC to include them once again. That's pretty cool. SIM removal tools, some barcodes and stuff, some for service needs and so on. If you want to take advantage of HTC Advantage, they'll probably ask for those. A getting started guide, some warranty stuff, SIM removal tool, and instructions on how to put your SIM in there. Let's put these all aside, get to the device itself. Now, I'm going to warn you, since I already have been inside this pouch, I know there's no screen protector. It's not because I removed the screen protector, it's because there just isn't one. This pouch sort of does it all. And before we take it off, we'll see what HTC wants to emphasize here. Once again, Boom Sound, Blink Feed, Motion Launch, the gesture-driven controls, Zoe, and the Duo Camera. Back out to a wide shot so we can take this pouch off of here. This very, very nice means of protecting the device in its shipping container, and of course I just tore the thing, so okay, it's all right. We tear that off and reveal the metallic surface of our gunmetal gray device. This one also, of course, comes in amber gold and glacial steel, but there's the light glinting off it there. The two different light tones in our booth here. Wow, that's gorgeous. Zero gap construction is maintained here. There's very little. You can't feel the division there between the polycarbonate inlays and the aluminum casing. The aluminum casing now 90% aluminum instead of the 70% of the previous year's HTC One. There's our either the SIM tray or the micro SD card tray, but its counterpart is over here. We have another feature calling this out as the new HTC One, the special depth sensor up top, augmenting the capabilities of the primary camera, which remains at 4 megapixels. Much more on that in the full review, which once again is available at pocketnow.com and here on YouTube. As we boot, we try not to drop the device as we boot it. We'll put it right on down here. Fast boot is enabled, so this won't take very long at all. Just in case you want to see how it compares to the Samsung Galaxy S4, the current flagship, soon to be eclipsed by the S5, but just for a size reference, there you are. Considerably taller than the Samsung device, thanks to that 5-inch screen and the boom sound speakers. And now here is the older 2013 edition of the HTC One, also known as the M7. Here they are, all are in a line. The brand new HTC M8, once again. Our review live right now, several comparisons, several features, a lot of content live here on YouTube and at pocketnow.com for your review. Check it out.